Hey gang, it's Adele. I hope you all had an awesome summer. I've been waiting for fall for a really long time. I want to film out here in the beautiful wilderness in the Rocky Mountains where I live. I drove into town this evening to film this, and it's just a bit too windy. But it's so beautiful, so I have to make sure I get some shots for you guys before I leave. Now, some of you know I am pretty much almost fully off the grid as far as society and expectations and social conventions go. It's a necessity to maintain your sanity and your sense of self in the current world that we live in, just to get some isolation from all of this. And for me, I'm a very creative and very sensitive individual. I need that separation for a lot longer period of time than most people. So I've been out here for a year and, kind of reconsidering what else I want to do. I'm probably going to be staying here for another year at least. But I know that life is not for everyone. I don't want to say it's not possible for anyone, because I think anything is possible for anyone, especially in this day and age. But I know it's not for everyone. So I know there are a lot of you who write me, message me, and you talk about things like the economy. And I know there is definitely something to do with facts and stats. I have friends who are traders, investors. These things are real. The economy is real. But I feel like when people who aren't really involved in that part of the financial world talk about the economy, what they're really referring to is the energy of the people around them and the people who they buy from and sell to. We create the economy. And a lot of that is influenced by things like the media. I've made videos in the past about how, I haven't had cable TV in like 10 years. I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch blockbuster movies anymore. I don't watch TV or read magazines. I read old books. I write my own things. I observe people for my entertainment. I listen to stories from other people about their lives. I don't go looking to these outside sources to tell me how I should feel or what's going on in the world. It's just not true. And I know this is a kind of a cliche message that's out there all over the place, but I don't think people realize just how much it can influence your life if you allow it to. People hate on YouTubers for using clickbait, and clickbait videos are videos that have a thumbnail picture that compels you to click on it. And you kind of roll your eyes and you click on it anyway, so it might be, like some cleavage shot of a chick talking about some crazy sex story, or it might be a crazy looking wound or a freaky looking bug. People are just compelled to click on those things. And I don't think what you realize is that the media has been doing this for years. The TV, the news anchors, these are not poor people. These people are paid well. These companies are multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar industries. So if they can drive a narrative that compels you to keep coming back to them for information, and that affects your life and affects you on a deep level so that you talk about it with other people, that increases their views, that increases their reach, their money, their hold on society. And the thing is, they don't tell you the big picture. That would be like if I showed you a rock. And I can just show you this rock like this, and you can see there's nothing wrong. However, if I zoom in the camera and I show you a couple of rocks falling, I can tell you that this is an avalanche. And I can come up with some facts like, did you know that 13,000 people were killed by avalanches within the past year? That's up 97% from last year. And then I can show you a bunch of separate images of me doing this with rocks, and then I can tell you that it's an epidemic. There are avalanches everywhere. No one is safe. Tune in tomorrow and we'll talk to an avalanche expert. And it gets people excited. And for most people, the lives that they're living these days, seeing something tragic on the news or freaking out about something that they see in the media or in a magazine or in a newspaper and going and gossiping about it with someone, that's the most excitement that they have in their life. So don't listen to the news. Don't listen to people who listen to the news. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your heart. Listen to your family. Listen to your clients. Listen to the people around you. and create your own reality, create your own story. I know a lot of you know that I talk about how I kind of left the whole new agey kind of group thing. I found that like a lot of people who attach onto some kind of belief system, they're people who are in pain and they're hurting and they don't know what to do, and they're looking for something that will help them take that pain away. And most of the people who get involved, they all get confused and they create this groupthink and they all form this mass of thought forms and beliefs and patterns that can be destructive if you are someone who really wants to experience the reality of life and you want to create your own experience of it. So I took some valuable things away from that whole new age thing that actually I found to work for me. I'm not doing it because somebody on YouTube told me to do it, or I read it in a book that said it worked. These are things that I found to be true in my life. And it wasn't just me who observed it. A lot of people who I know personally, they say things to me like, Adele, how come you always get what you want? Why do you always get what you want? And that's because I've chosen to be courageous with my life. Terence McKenna said the mushrooms told him that nature loves courage. And I've personally found that sometimes opportunities come along, or I will really feel called to do something and I can't find any kind of reason why I should, and it doesn't seem to make sense. But when I follow through with it, everything lines up. That was kind of like what it was for me moving out here. There were some crazy obstacles that as soon as they showed up, I would meet someone, or someone would call me, or someone would find me and completely resolve it for me. Total angels, human angels. It was so weird. And I find that that's the truth, is when you're really doing something that you feel called to do, not because you feel pressured to do it, not because you're trying to push yourself because you saw some motivating meme on Instagram about crushing it and killing it and hustling. No, not because of that. It's about just that feeling that just feels right. A lot of my personal heroes define their own success. And for a couple of my personal heroes, that was becoming, multi-millionaire internet entrepreneurs. But for some of my other personal heroes, they spent time homeless. And they were perfectly fine with it. Or they lived, in a meager state. They had very minimalistic living. Like Ralph Waldo Emerson, I love reading about him. Joseph Campbell, he was homeless for a while too. Now for me, I like to have creature comforts of good quality. I like to have money for whatever I want to buy, whenever I want to buy it. I like to know I have the option. But truthfully, as cliche as it sounds, the things that I value most in life are free. And, living out here, I feel like a billionaire every day. So if you're afraid about the economy, maybe it's just a chance to look at your skills and your lifestyle and your industry and start rethinking things and coming up, just reinventing yourself. That's the essence of life and of being an entrepreneur. Look where the trend is going. Look where the world is shifting. And right now it's shifting towards video. YouTube profits $9 billion last year. Even looking at digital sales, Amazon, 36 billion, up 22% from last year. So if you are thinking about, what can I do that'll benefit me with the changing economy, just think about change and reinventing yourself. A great way to do that is on YouTube. If you're interested in getting started in a business on YouTube or promoting your business on YouTube, you're in the right place. And of course, I'm going to tell you about my ebook. I've got it linked below this video. It's called How to Make Money on YouTube, Get More Views, Get More Subscribers, and Get Paid. There's a coupon code, and you also get a free bonus booklet I wrote called YouTube Cheats. Definitely check it out. I've got some reviews and stuff on the website. And thank you to everyone who keeps sending me in, your comments and your messages and your texts and everything else is telling me how much you love my book and how much it helped you. Miriam, you know, she commented on Facebook about how my book helped her and her husband. That really touched me. Thank you so much. Now that being said, I have a couple of announcements to make. I have been invited by Grant MacEwan University in Edmonton, Alberta, which is my hometown, to do a 2-day workshop. It's a YouTube workshop, and well, it's 2 days. There's 1 day for making money on YouTube, and the second one is for YouTube for entrepreneurs. So it's 2 different classes, but I'll be there for both, conducting them. The university does its own kind of marketing and event sales, but space is going to be limited. So for people who are attending, you know, because they're my viewers, I want to make sure you guys get in, and space is going to be tight. So make sure, if you're thinking about coming, just hit me up on Facebook. I've got my link below. If there are enough people coming in from out of town, we can do like a hangout after, or we can all go for dinner or something like that. We'll figure something out. This is my last live YouTube event. After this, I'm going to be going fully digital. So if you want to get a chance to learn with me and with kind of people who vibe with my message, you know, we have just an amazing time and a great group of people who show up to these, who are totally serious, committed, great attitudes. Make sure you get in on it now, because this will be the last time. I may be doing things in the future like retreats. I'm still going to be doing speaking engagements. But yeah, for YouTube trainings, this is the very last one. I've also got a new schedule for my channel now that I'm out of the hospital for the year. Hopefully, I'm back to making videos on a regular schedule, which I haven't done for maybe 2 years. So I will be posting a inspirational, motivational, you know, funny or random kind of video on Saturdays, and then I'll be posting a YouTube money related video on Wednesdays. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'm gonna go for a walk now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.